that our legislative needs are met, but she is also providing information, awareness, and resources through her company, Insure Care Insurance Providers. And we are live right there on www.radio-net.tv. And we are recording this so you can listen to it as much as you need to. Hello, Robin Shackelford.
Hey, HP, how are you?
I'm so good. And thank you again for coming in. And I'm serious from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all you do. Most people don't understand what being a servant is, but to provide this information that we've been doing weekly for the last 8 weeks, and also to go out there and make sure that you're championing for the rights of us and the measures that come down is a beautiful thing. So thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Yes, it has been a busy last couple of weeks.
It's gonna get busier because we late to the dance a lot of times, and the closer we get to December 7th, the more this information that we've been trying to put out is going to need to be regurgitated. And you sent me a note today, and I said, "Boy, these acronyms are so funny," because we talk in academic language, as I like to call it. So
Yeah.
today I want, before you get to going, have my people listening, because most of them are seniors. DSNP, people, for about 10 seconds. DSNP. And then Robin Shackles is going to tell you about the importance of DSNP. Now, Robin, do your thing.
So
What is what is a
that's
DSNP? I guess what is a DSNP is what I'm asking.
so what we normally call it is DSNP. So that means that you are a dual eligible special needs plan. And that means that you're eligible for Medicaid and Medicare. So these are the people that not only will be eligible for Medicare, but then also the Medicaid program.
Now, are there different levels of this? Because it sounds like you're mentioning income.
Yeah, so whenever you're talking about Medicaid, there's different levels to Medicaid, and that does transfer over to the Medicare program. So basically, I'm going to just go by one of the initials that they use, that QMB. If people are familiar with the hearing, what's a QMB? I'm a QMB plus. That means qualified Medicare beneficiary. And there's basically about 4 levels when it comes to the dual eligibles. Either you're going to be 65 and over and on the pathway program, or you're going to be 65 and over and get full Medicaid, which would be a QMB plus, or you're going to be under 60 and get full Medicaid, which would be a QMB plus, or you're going to be called what's called a partial, meaning you only get partial Medicaid benefits and you will be a QMB only. So those are basically the 4 different kind of types of being that QMB level, that Medicaid level. And then there are different Medicare plans that correspond to each of those levels.
We talk about calling you and needing a broker. You need a tutor, and a broker. This is deep. I mean, really, and if you've never been here, and most people are so proud to think that they're intelligent and they can do this. Don't do this by yourself, people. That's all I'm gonna say in the middle of this, because this is some deep, deep stuff right here.
Yeah, and most people don't know what level they're on. It's not on their Medicaid card. It was probably on their Medicaid paperwork when they first got it. I was just helping someone this
Who
morning.
reads that?
Yeah, it is probably long gone somewhere. So we can look up your Medicaid level. All we need is your Medicaid number or your Medicare number. And we can go into the database and we can see what that level is. And that's the starting point to let us know which Medicare program that you need to be on.
And I guess that leads us right into the next question, which is alignment, because we know that things are changing in 2026 about who your Medicaid provider is now going to be your Medicare provider. Am I on the right path?
So if you are a dual and you're in the pathway program, now this is the year that your Medicaid provider has to match your Medicare provider. So those are those 65 and over, and you know you're in the Pathway to Aging program, one more thing is going to change is the name of those plans are now going to change. Specifically, they'll say Pathway. So you're going to get a new card. It's going to have Pathway on there. And that's those 3 companies. There's only 3 companies that offer the Pathway program, and that is Anthem, United Healthcare, and Humana. So for those people, whoever you pick right now, as we're going through Medicare AEP, so whoever you have as your Medicare provider, Medicaid is going to make sure that that provider matches up in January with your Medicaid provider.
Now, let's talk about it, because that means, I mean, let's say in the last 12 months, somebody might have come up with a chronic illness that they did not have, and their plan was suited pretty well for what they already needed. But now, let's say if they have chronic illnesses, there are plans that might work better with certain chronic illnesses.
Yeah, so when you start thinking about those different categories for Medicaid eligibility, the under 60 and the partials, they don't get a lot of benefits when you're looking at those Medicare plans. If you have a chronic illness, you can actually get more benefits by signing up for a chronic illness plan versus signing up for one of those dual plans. And when we're talking about chronic illness, my partner Spencer was on here last week breaking down the chronic illness plans, but those are 4 chronic illnesses that you will have to qualify for. So anyone with diabetes, which is a lot of people, chronic heart failure, any kind of COPD, or kidney failure. So if you have one of those 4 illnesses and you are under 60 and you're on disability and you're on Medicare, you most likely want to look into a chronic illness plan. And also, if you're only getting partial Medicaid, then you want to look at one of those chronic illness plans.
Now, do you have to be 65 to be considered for these dual plans?
No, you do not. So for the dual plans, that also includes people that are under 60, especially those people that have disabilities. And if you've been on a disability for 2 years, then you're eligible for Medicare. So everyone that's on these plans aren't 65.
Now, when you start talking about 65, many times people are living at a low income level, and they're living month to month. And so we know that income is something that's going to be relevant in this new phase of their life. Are there any low income subsidy programs out here that people might need to know about that I'm sure they're not going to advertise?
So yes, so we actually have a low income subsidy program. Low income meaning it will help with your prescriptions. It's a federal program. And then we have different programs that will actually help with some of the Part B premiums. So you actually fill out an application at our Indiana State Health Insurance program. I carry around those applications. I carry around the information because I'm finding that a lot of seniors don't know about the program and what they might be eligible for. So these are those seniors that you mentioned that. Yeah, these are those seniors that you're not quite eligible for Medicaid, but you still may need some assistance and you have low income. And so we can look at the guidelines and see if they're eligible and have them fill out for some of those assistance programs.
Because I'm just going to tell you, as we know, and I don't know if the public knows or not, applying for Medicaid is like pulling teeth, really. I mean, you almost have to be destitute and downtrodden before you qualify if you do not have and cannot present the proper credentials needed to get the services that you qualify for, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and let me give that number to the State Health Insurance Assistance Program in case people do want to call them and get an application. Their number is 1-800-452-4800, and they can help you find a SHIP program close to you and get that application complete.
Now, with that being said, I guess there are other programs, much like I just said, most of the programs that are there to help those people who are in that gray area. You know, they don't have a lot of money, but they can't really afford the services needed. Are there any other programs, if you don't qualify for Medicaid, that are out there kind of like this income subsidy program?
Yeah, so not only do you have the low income subsidy to help pay for those prescriptions, but then you also got programs out there that will help pay your Part A premium, your Part A deductible. So all those programs are housed under our Indiana State Health Insurance Agency, and they can actually help you fill out an application and see what you qualify for.
And would that fall in line with some of the food cards and some of the co-pay, co-insurance reductions on those? Or
So the food cards actually come from when you sign up for a Medicare plan. So that's where
okay,
you see those food cards that you can use for food and utilities. Yeah, so that's once you actually sign up for a plan. And
okay.
you
You
will
see,
get
I'm
a
asking
higher,
these questions because I'm telling you, this stuff is confusing, man. And I'm
it
I'm a
is.
I'm a student. I'm not only the club user, I'm the president, Robin. I'm all in the middle of this.
Yeah, so so they won't have food cards at the ship. You won't see the food cards there. They're gonna help you pay some of the costs when it comes to those premiums and deductibles and co-insurances, and help you pay for your prescription costs.
Awesome. It's still muddy, but it's getting clear. Um,
Yes.
are you going to be live on location where people can come out and learn and ask questions coming up?
So this evening, we're actually going to be at the King's Reserves. That is some senior apartments over off 86 and Michigan Road on Colby. So they're having their weekly wind down from 4 to 6. So if people want to stop by, we will be there with a table talking to people and sipping on wine. So the seniors
That,
love their wine.
yeah, oh, yes, we do.
So this is a great time to come by, have a sip, and then we can talk Medicare.
Absolutely. And I thank you again. If they want to contact you and Spencer and your constituents at Insure Care Insurance Providers, give them that number and that email address, please.
Yeah, they can give us a call at 317-759-3433. And they can reach my email is robin@insurecareinsurance.com.
Thank you, my sister. And hopefully, we'll get you some people out tonight and continue to give this great information that the public needs to know. Because, like I told you, I'm a pretty bright bulb, as I like to say, but I'm dim in this subject matter.
Oh, and I forgot, we will be at Galilee Church on Sunday. So if you come to the church, we'll have a table set up where you can come and ask us questions. Galilee is over off 25th and Keystone, so over on the east side.
About 3 blocks east of Keystone.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Continue to do the great work. And anytime in any locations that you have coming up that you'll be live at, just send it to me and we'll put that out there on RadioNext.tv and the Facebook page.
Okay, I'll see you my CVS spots that I'll be at over the weekend.
Awesome. Awesome. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
All right. That is
All right,
Robin
bye.
Shackle for